Hi, everyone. This is Jacqueline Kuhn with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by angels. And I am here to talk about the Mercury and Gemini transit. Before I do, I'd like to set an intention and talk a little bit about this triple shift that we're feeling at this time. So, for our intention, Archangel Michael, be with all of us who are watching this video, protect us from any lower energy, and help guide us to understand the messages that we're bringing forth today. Archangel Zadkiel, you are the Archangel for Gemini. Help us understand the energy and gifts that this transit is giving to us. And so it is. So this triple shift that I talked about is really the fact that Mercury, Venus, and Mars all changed at once. We have Mercury, which is providing the mental clarity, Venus, emotional truth, and Mars, embodied truth. So if you feel like there's a lot going on, that you're a bit overwhelmed right now, that's because you are. Anyone out there who really feels the energy is going to have a tough time adjusting to these three planets changing all at once. It'll stabilize probably by, the 20th or 21st, because these changes are happening the 17th and 18th this month. But until then, it's going to be a little difficult. So just remember that you're being asked to think with agility, feel with depth, and act with intention. And with that intention, let's talk specifically about the Mercury and Gemini energy. That is Archangel Zadkiel. And why do I say that Archangel Zadkiel is our guide? Because I have aligned him to Gemini, given the duality of a Gemini, the ability to see two sides of everything, the ability to balance the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, the mental capacity that Gemini holds. Why did I start the invocation with Archangel Michael? Archangel Michael is our divine protector. He protects us from those lower energies, and he allows us to walk this earth with the confidence that he is keeping evil at bay. All other archangels have their own properties. I have a PDF download on my website, should you be interested in learning more about them. This is the current planetary placements. At the time that Mercury moved into Gemini, the moon also was in Cancer. As you can see, things are changing. In the next video I will be recording for the 18th, we have Venus moving, and we have Mars moving as well. So we'll be covering those moves in a separate video, which is why they're not being reflected in this chart. We're focusing on the Mercury and Gemini. So what it really does is Mercury loves being in Gemini, right? It's exalted in Gemini, so it is at full strength. Your mind is sharp and quick and clear. You really want to learn and connect and communicate. Mercury is really pushing that my thinking is very, very clear. Unfortunately, when we've got the Venus and Mars happening the day after this, it brings in the complication of emotions. But when Mercury's in Gemini, the mind is really sharp. And the energy, the mental energy really should allow you right now through this transit to explore, to look at things that maybe you previously looked at that didn't work and see maybe you can rework them. Maybe there are business opportunities that weren't right for you a couple of months ago that might be now, or things within your business that might be right. Maybe, projects you wanted to undertake that you just didn't feel you could because there was a lot of thinking and planning. This is the kind of energy that Gemini is bringing to the planet Mercury. So as you see patterns, as you see truth, as you see threads of inspiration, I would urge you to think about what it would mean to act on them, because you now have that mental capacity to do so. There's also a spiritual awakening that is happening. Spiritually, your channel to connect intuitively is actually opening under Mercury too. If you are highly intuitive and aware of it already, you should find your messages are coming through faster. For those of you that are just beginning to learn about your spirituality, I would, journal about what you're seeing. Signs are going to show up everywhere. There are going to be synchronicities that are just going to be like, oh, wow, I just was thinking of that and this happened. And I was just thinking about you and you called, those kinds of things. And things that are being presented to you during this transit are divinely inspired. So pay attention. Um, Understand that there's a reason for things to be showing up right now, and use this enhanced intuition and mental capacity to understand what your action needs to be at this moment in time. So this is the perfect transit for momentum, or even if you need to take a mental reset. When Mercury's under Aries, we let things just move and move and move. And so maybe, Taurus was a little more plodding. Gemini is very clear and crisp. So maybe you can reset, take a look at what's on your plate, what you're up to personally, professionally, and say, okay, yeah, these things still make sense. These things may not make sense anymore. Okay, mental clarity. So here's a number of journaling prompts, particularly because we have this triple shift with Venus and Mars also coming in. In those videos, you'll see that I have journal prompts for those transits as well. I would encourage you to, pause the video right here, take a page shot, really take a look at these prompts and how are they showing up for you right now? What is really resonating? Because there's just a lot going on, and I think these prompts will help you really focus on what's showing up for you, so you can take the gift of having all of this action going on right now and actually take it and run with it. And now a little bit more about Zadkiel, where yes, he is the archangel that I align with Gemini. He's all about mental clarity and memory recall and release of old stories, forgiveness as well. There's a little bit of that in there because whenever we kind of get mental clarity, it doesn't come without looking at what has happened in the past and why. And so he can really help you doing all of these things that you see here. And the last one, releasing the mental loops, I think is particularly important because if you are a Gemini, you know that you probably tend to be in these mental loops because you see all sides to an issue and you may go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So he can really help hone in on what you really need to decide on and land on, and stop looping through all of the possibilities and side with like one way, one decision. And that is super important. And those of you who aren't a Gemini, but that Gemini energy now, you might feel like you're doing that yourself. So you can ask Archangel Zadkiel to help you in releasing, those loops. The mind is going to be extremely active, and he can help you, focus. I also have a prayer um, for him and the other archangels. So, when we think of Mercury, I always think of Metatron because he's also the archangel for Virgo, and he's, the information archangel. We think of Gabriel for communication, and we think of Uriel for wisdom and illumination. So when Gemini provides you information, Metatron can help you understand what really is divine versus what is distracting you. Gabriel, obviously telling your story, clarity, getting clarity in communication. And Uriel is a stabilizing influence. So all those thoughts that can scatter your brain can be in 50 million places. You can have Uriel ground you, provide wisdom in all that thinking, so that you can be grounded and more centered. And then the prayer to the archangels collectively. I think with the transit, with this triple shift, with Venus and Mars also shifting, especially over the next couple of weeks, calling on all of the archangels' presence to help with the energy, to help guide us through all that is going on emotionally and intellectually, bringing clarity. I think is really going to help all of you. I know it helps me. So feel free to, again, take a page shot, take a picture, pause the video here so that you can have this prayer handy for yourselves. If you need any help, please find me at jacquelinekuhn.com, whether it's just regular guidance, whether it's something intuitive you want, your solar purpose, solar return. I am here for you. Until the next video, which will be moments away, I leave you with peace. Bye for now.